Hey everyone, so today I'm going to do a flip through of this new to me Chanel agenda. I got this pre-loved on eBay. The listing showed that it was in, I believe, fair condition, so I'm pretty happy overall with the way or the condition it's in, and I'll show you some different parts of it, and I'm also going to kind of flip through how I set it up, which is pretty similar to how I set up my planners all the time. But this planner is a personal size planner, and I don't know that much about the official names for this, but I think this is like called caviar leather with the like kind of like the quilted design, but it's not the puffy quilted, it's like flat. Like I said, it came in pretty good condition. Here's the spine, here's the back, here's the side with the strap. Here's what the top looks like and the bottom. So just on the outside, it was in pretty good condition. I don't really see much wear and tear on the outside except for where the buckle is or the strap. I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the video, but it's a little bit worn here on the double C's there. And I wasn't sure if that's going to bother me because I am kind of OCD a little bit, but it actually hasn't bothered me at all. I rarely even notice that, which is surprising. So that's really the only kind of wear and tear really on the outside. So it has a snap closure, and then here's how it looks on the inside. It has just like a little bit of like bending on the corners, but I actually don't mind it at all. Just kind of like, I guess from being, I guess I don't remember what they said. I think this is from like the 90s or something like that. It has a little gold Chanel logo, I guess, there. So on the inside there is some wear and tear. If you can see here, I don't really know what this mark is, but it has just like some mark. This is like material. This is leather here, and then this is like that. I don't know if it's canvas or whatever material this is. It has just a little mark there. And kind of, I guess, on the back. Can't really tell. And then the rings are kind of worn. So the rings have a little bit of scuffing and a little bit of wearing off of that gold color, but the rings are nice and tight and they work perfectly well. So this is the inside front. It has just one pocket here, and then on the back it doesn't have a pocket here. It has a little spot here that I guess you can put a notepad in. I don't put anything there, but I'm assuming that's for a notepad. It does have a pen loop, and it's not big enough to hold my friction pen here, but it does hold my gray highlighter. It's a little bit snug, but works fine. I haven't tried any other pens. I think something like the Inkjoy pen would be too thick for this. And I don't really use any other pens, so I don't really know, but I think this might be comparable to the Louis Vuitton pen loop, or just like a teeny tiny bit bigger maybe. But yeah, that's basically the planner itself. Like I said, I'm really happy with the condition. You can see here there's just a little bit of like, I don't know even know what you would call that, wrinkling, or just a little bit showing of wear and tear there, but I never like look at my planner from that side, so I don't notice that. But overall, I think it's beautiful. I really love it a lot. I got a good deal on it. Like I said, pre-loved. And I guess according to all your comments, it's pretty hard to find. It took me, I don't know, a couple of weeks to find it. Just really stalking the pre-loved sites like Fashion File and Poshmark and eBay and stuff like that, and I found one luckily for a pretty good deal, so I'm really happy with it. So I'm gonna just show you how I set this planner up. Like I said, it's pretty similar to my other setups. There's a few changes, but one change of note is that you'll see here that I have new inserts. It's basically my normal inserts that I carry in the shop and use myself, but I'm updating them a bit. So what you see in here is a prototype that I am testing out, and you'll get a sneak peek of it. But there might be some tweaks and stuff before it's actually released to the shop, which I'm hoping to release it in maybe May, or hopefully May, by late May. So we could have, I'm planning to do like the dated monthly inserts for 2019, 2020. So I'll just take a few more weeks to test it out and see how they're working before I actually print them up for the shop. So in this inside pocket, this is actually temporary. I want to get a notebook, like a brain dump notebook to put in here. Right now I do have a brain dump notebook, but it's the bigger moleskin size, so it doesn't fit in here, but I do want to get a smaller one to fit in this front pocket. This front pocket is kind of loose, so I just kind of had to stick a few things in here. They still kind of slide out, so that's one thing about this pocket. It can't hold, like, if I just put my stickers in here, they'll just like fly out every time I open my planner. But right now I put this sticky note pad from Cloth and Paper. It's like a pale pink color, along with my May sticker sheets, and I just trimmed all around the side so it can fit in this pocket. I really love these. If you guys haven't seen them yet, I showed them in my last video. I really love the May kit, and because I thought they were so pretty, I just wanted to keep it here where I can see it peeking out here because it makes me happy. And then in this front dashboard, I've shown this before. It's just a plastic dashboard thing pocket from Foxy Fix. I have this card here that's a free download on my website. I just stuck it in there. I have this clip from K&Co XOXO. And I have a little piece of Simply Gilded washi here at the bottom because the Foxy Fix logo is showing on the back, and I didn't want it to kind of like show through, so I just covered it with this gray Simply Gilded washi. And then I just printed like a marble pattern on just cardstock and clipped it to the back. So that's like my whole dashboard. And then when you turn the page, I just clipped here this planner card that was in the March subscription, stationery subscription. I just clipped it here. I kind of trimmed it a little bit and clipped it here. And then here I have a planner pocket from Brooklyn Grace Co. I'll link all the shops down below. This is a really, really cute like croc pattern planner pocket, and what I really love about it is it has a small pocket here, so if you have something smaller you could stick it in the front, and then bigger things you could stick back here. Just to let you know, I really love this a lot, but just so you're not surprised when you get it, it is thinner than, it's not cardstock, it's pretty thin, but it's also not just regular paper, it's kind of like coated, I guess. So just to let you know, so you're not surprised if you end up getting this, but I love it a lot. It looks so classy and luxe. And I think in here what I want to do is put some business cards. And then I was thinking back here I was going to put some extra smaller sticker sheets, so if I see, you know, a planner girl or somebody out and about who's asking what I do, I can give them a little sample. And then I have these dividers. So I have these clear dividers, 3 tabs and 4 tabs. These are all from Marlene's Plan to Create. I love her clear dividers because they're not too thin and not too thick. I think they're the perfect weight. They're like frosted. So my first set of dividers are goals, monthly, weekly, and down here you can see today on a little bookmark, and this I'll show you in a minute, that little bookmark. But the first section is goals, and here's your first sneak peek at the new inserts. So they're pretty much the same. I just tweaked the design a little bit. So before, the goals insert started with a blank page, so you could have put a vision board. I decided to add word of the year and a blank box for you to write your word of the year. And then here, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's very faint lines here. So if you wanted to write anything else regarding that word of the year, like why you chose it or what it means to you, or anything else you want to put regarding your goals, you can just put there, or you can leave it blank. That's why I left it really light. So if you leave it blank and just have your word of the year there, it'll still look nice. And then, as always, it starts with the top goals here. So the main difference that you'll see is that I took out my hand lettering, and it's just this typed font here. And the main reason I did that is to have more space, because with my hand lettering, the way it was designed is that it pushed everything down the page. So I made it this just plain font, so that way I can utilize more space on the page. But also, I don't know, I'm just kind of even going for a more simplified look. However, if you do like the hand lettering or kind of script kind of font, I'm going to make stickers that you can easily put over this like top goals sticker. You could put it on top of this, so you can have lettering type instead of just the plain font, if that's what you like. So I'll bring those to the shop when I release these inserts as well. So as always, it's 3 top goals and then daily, weekly, monthly steps to reach that goal. So you write your goal here and fill in these steps. So right now, just to forewarn you, everything is blank because I just got these test prints from my printing company, and I put them all in, and I kind of spring cleaned my planner. So I took out all the old junk, and I'm starting fresh and new with these new inserts. So everything's blank. But I thought what was kind of cool about that is in the next few videos, I will fill these out on camera, so you can do it along with me if you want, or you can just see how I fill in these inserts. So I thought it was kind of cool to be able to go through that whole process with you guys, kind of like in a shortened version, of course. But anyways, that's why everything's going to be blank in here that I'm going to show you. So here's where I put my top 3 goals. Here's where I put like the rest of my miscellaneous kind of goals for the year. And then the next page is monthly tasks, same as usual, just changed font and everything got more space. So I always do everything kind of like in threes, 3 goals, 3 categories of monthly tasks. The way I do it is to match those goals. And then miscellaneous monthly notes, tasks, whatever you want to put on this side. And then the next page or the next spread is weekly tasks. So this is probably in the whole goals bundle. This one got the most facelift, I guess. Now it's a horizontal week on 1 page, whereas before it was a vertical week on 2 pages. I just found that I didn't really need 2 pages for this weekly. Like, I used this to list recurring weekly tasks, and I didn't really need 2 pages, like spread over 2 pages. So I reduced it to 1 page in the horizontal layout. So like I said, I put my weekly recurring tasks here. Like on this side, I would put personal, and on this side, I would put the business stuff. You could do it any which way you like, of course. And then here, it freed up a page for you to put any other weekly tasks or notes or anything. So I'm trying that out. And then the next page is daily schedule. This is pretty much the same as before. You just get more lines here. Here I like to put my ideal daily schedule, and then any daily notes for daily recurring stuff or stuff like that. I'll show you in another video. And then back here is just a lined page for notes or whatever you want to use it for. So then the next section is my month section. And even though I know this is a year at a glance, I put it in my month section because things that I'm tracking monthly, or I use this for some things that I'm tracking monthly, mainly my period, and then some self-care type of stuff. So I track it every month, so that's why it's in the monthly section. But this got a little makeover as well. It used to have 2019 like hand lettered up here. Now it's just plain font. I think it looks super clean and minimalist. So January through June on the front, July through December on the back. I use clear color coding dots to mark certain things. And then I have important dates. This used to be called, this was like 2019, and this used to be called 2020, but I decided to take off the date so you could use it for whatever you want and wherever you want in the planner. And it doesn't have to be specific to 2020. So you have some lines, and then you do have more space as well because everything got pushed up when I took out the hand lettering. So here I just would use some, because I only, well right now, I might change this up, but I'm only keeping 1 month at a time of the monthly spread in here. So what I'm thinking about using this for is for like, right now we're in April, so like May through December, any dates that come up that I need to remember when it's time to plan those months, I would write here. So I'm kind of playing with that right now, but that's the idea right for now. And then here's the monthly inserts. So I think this is the same. It used to say this month up here with some blank lines for you to write whatever you would like in there. I took out this month and just filled in some more blank lines. And then here's the monthly spread. Again, because I took out the hand lettering, it used to be on this side at the top, I was able to make these boxes just a tiny bit bigger, which is helpful to write more things in. You can't probably tell that well on camera, but this is a very lightly grayed out box here. So what I like to, actually I'll show you, I'm using it for something different now, which I really like this new concept that I'm doing. I'll show you soon, but another thing you could use it for is like, this week I want to focus on this, and this week I want to focus on this, or just notes or anything like that. Yeah, so right now I just have April in here because I'm just testing it out. I did take out the lines because that was requested, to take out those horizontal lines that I had in the box to help you write straighter, but I think people were saying they just like it. It looks cleaner without those lines, so I took those out. And then on this back is just some more like space for notes. And then my next section is my weekly section. This is pretty much the same as before. You have some blank notes here. You have 4 boxes for what, lists and notes there. And on the back, some more space for notes. But then when you open it up, it is a fold out. You have your whole week here. And the only thing that changed is, again, the font. It's not lettering anymore. It's the plain font. And everything else is pretty much the same. I think I did move it up just a little bit maybe. Yeah, I must have, because it used to be pushed down more, so you have a little bit more space in your days. So yeah, I'll show you how I do weekly planning in an upcoming video. And then here, because of my weekly insert on this back page, I was logging like spending, and I might still keep doing that. And because I was logging spending here, like for the week, I would put my receipts in here. And again, this is a plastic pocket from Foxy Fix. This one is called a dashboard pocket. It's kind of closed at the top and the bottom. It just has this pocket there, and then this is secretarial because it goes like this, and there's a pocket in the front and in the back. And what I was doing is putting personal receipts here and business receipts here, and then logging them here. Here I just have a pale pink cardstock, which I stuck this pen loop thing on. This is adhesive with a little pen loop. that I use to attach my friction pen. And then you go into my daily pages. So this bookmark or page marker here is from Brooklyn Grace Co. It's just that frosted plastic. And these labels, I actually just made all these labels here. I made on my label maker, like my P-Touch Brother label maker with clear labels. This layout has remained the same except for the lettering. So pretty much everything else is the same, but it gives you a little bit more space. So that's one of the goals with everything. I just want a little bit more space, like really utilize the space. And so this pretty much remained the same with the grid notes page on the side, which I use as my inbox. And then we get into these pages back here. So these 4 dividers, which I mentioned, are from Marlene's Plan to Create. I do personal, business, shop, and content. And shop and content all have to do with business, but these are just more like very like business related tasks, like, or projects, like monthly reports or stuff like that. That's just straight up business admin. And then this is stuff pertaining to specifically to the shop, and this is stuff pertaining specifically to like content creation, like YouTube, Instagram, blog, if I was still doing that, and all that stuff. So personal here, each section has a project page. This is probably one of the biggest change. I changed the project page. I'm testing it out. I actually have 2 versions, a fold out version, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that, and then this version, which I kind of like better, but we'll see how it goes as I'm testing it. But I changed the project page to 1 page, front and back, and then you just have a small calendar here. So you can use, I didn't like write and stuff to format it like a calendar, just in case you didn't want to use it as a calendar, because all projects don't necessarily need a calendar, but it does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. So you can have the days of the weeks here, and then 6 rows for your weeks, because you know sometimes it goes into that 6th. I think there's like 1 or 2 months that goes into that 6th row. But anyways, you can format it this however you want. I like to use it for a calendar. And then you have a little task list section here and some notes or some more task lists on the back. So yeah, that's a big change from the other projects one, because that was a fold out one. Plus I kind of found that I didn't need such a big monthly calendar for my projects. It was for the most part unnecessary. Like I can use a smaller calendar like this instead. So like I said, these are all prototypes. I'm testing it out for a few weeks before I finalize them and bring them to the shop. So any of these inserts, if you have any feedback, please leave them in the comments below or message me, and I'll take those into consideration as I finalize these inserts. So like I said, every section has a projects page and then just blank notes page, grid notes. So we have personal, we have business, we have the shop, and we have content. And then behind there, I just have another pale pink cardstock paper, and I stuck one of the marble vellum pockets that was in the February box, I believe, February subscription box. I stuck it here onto this cardstock divider thingy, and then I just stuck a sheet of stickers in here. So these are stickers for my shop, and the logo's usually right here on the side. I just trimmed that off so it could fit perfectly into this pocket here. And I'm gonna add some more stickers there as well. And then I have my third Foxy Fix plastic pocket, and this one, I think it's just called Pockets or something. I forget if this one has a specific name, but it just has a pocket in the top, a pocket in the bottom. I use it for my most used sticky notes, these grid notes that were in one of the subscription kits, these little page flags, and then a little smaller sticky note from Kaiser Craft or Kaiser Style, whatever they're called. And then I have this other planner pocket, the same as the croc one in the front, but this is a gray one and it is thick cardstock. I stick 2 washi cards in here. This one has some Simply Gilded washi on it that surprisingly I always find handy, and not for decorating my planner. A lot of times I've used it for like making a makeshift band-aid for my daughter. One time on a field trip, my daughter's name tag was falling off, so I used this to help stick it on her shirt. It's actually come very handy. And then I have just a washi card from Brooklyn Grace Co. with nothing on it because I actually use it as a ruler, or to draw lines in my planning. And then back here I have some note paper. This is from a notepad from one of our subscription kits. So I keep some extra note paper back here. And then that's it. That's how I have it all set up. So pretty much it's all gonna stay the same. I'm not gonna make much changes except adding a notebook here. And then I think I am gonna add the rest of the months of the year of the monthly spread in here. And that's about it. Everything else will remain the same. I'm going to actually, in the next few videos, go through and fill out all these things with you on camera so you can see. So if you have any questions, maybe post them in the comments below and then I can answer them as I'm filling these out in future videos if you have any specific questions about these inserts or this setup. And I think that's it for now. I hope you like this video and I will talk to you next time. Bye.